All right, Walekum everyone. So this is 5 p.m. 5:05 p.m. actually, in fact. So dear students, I welcome you all in this online class for history, and I hope that you all can hear me clearly. You can all hear me clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right, that's great. So now what I'm going to do is that the strategy that we're going to be having right now is that I hope that you all are ready with your questions and whatever the difficulties and different topics that we're having, and in all the actually topics that we have covered so far. And I was just waiting to complete the subject at one of my sections, and I was already planning for this class. So slowly and gradually, all the students are joining, and I hope you only cannot see me and my sound, but you can see the screen clearly as well. Can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So far so good. We are having 14 participants, and we're just gonna be starting right now. Now, just a couple of
Assalamualaikum,
things.
sir.
Walaikum salam, everyone. So yeah, it will be better. It will be just better for all of you to please mute your microphones. All right, please just mute your microphones, all of you, and also if you want to ask any question, share anything, respond to my questions, only then unmute yourself, all right? Only then at that time unmute your microphone, okay? Because we have time until 6 p.m., so we have to make sure to cater everyone's question and help everyone out, and we have to do this thing with a little bit coordination over here, okay? All right. Good. So now, some quick, things that I wanted to tell you, because as you know, this thing that we have studied this back in our classroom as well about the date system, okay? About the dates, about the timelines, that how we have to actually understand the dates in exam. How do we actually have to understand the dates, that the entire timeline, all right? So, can you guys please tell me that what am I going to call 2022? What let's say suffix I'm going to put over here? Okay, you can participate by raising your hand. Yes, Amar.
Sir, 2022 CE.
Okay, common era. CE means common era. Very good. So actually, technically, we are now going in plus. Okay, so if I have to, let's say, consider this. So when we talk about 5,000 years ago, or let's say, a couple of thousand years ago, uh, okay, so we are actually, let's say, talking about, for example, let's say it's year 5,000, 5,000 BCE. Okay, before the common era. Now, what is happening actually this time frame particularly is going in this way, that okay, just give me a second. It's going in this way in descending order, all right? So after 1,000 years we're going to be having 4,000 BCE, and this is let's say this gap over here, this entire gap over here, this is worth 1,000 years, okay? Worth 1,000 years, okay? And exactly like that, without any confusion, the dates are going to come in minus. Okay, actually, we have subtracted 1,000 years, then we are having 4,000 BCE. Likewise, we're going to be having 2,000. We're going to be having 1,000, and then we're going to be having 500, or then we're going to be having 430, and they all will going to be remain what they all are going to remain as B, C, and E. Then at the end, I told you in the middle time we were having a 0 year, which was actually starting from number one. We weren't having any zero number to call BCE or CE. So since when the one is going to start, the dates are going to change in CE. Okay, the dates are going to actually change in the CE, and then after that it's 2, 3, and so on and on. Then we have the year 1,000 year CE, or we are going to be having, okay, before what it comes, let me just remove and quickly write something else over here. Then we're going to be having let's say 600 CE. So actually what's going to happen now, the dates are from moving the minus, and now they're moving towards the plus. Here is the middle point. At the year 0 is the middle point. These are all in minus, and now they're going to be in plus, all right? Which is our time, actually, CE time, because at this moment, this 2020, oops, sorry, some students are waiting. So yeah, let me allow them to come in. So actually, what is happening? The dates are coming in plus, okay? Then, of course, we had the year 1000. We had 1000. And let's not forget that after that, we had a year called 1400. Then we had 1800s, okay? And after that, oh my God, I don't even have enough space now. Okay, no problem. Just gonna go with the new one. Then after 1800s, we are having 1900s. And we know what happened in 1947. Can anyone tell me what happened in 1947?
Sir, we got independence.
Yes, absolutely.
Sir, Pakistan independence.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We got
Yes,
independence. Excellent, excellent, very good. Yes, absolutely. So actually now I can say this thing that you guys do understand that how does the timeline works? How does the day how do the dates work? And now after 75 years, we are having 2022, okay? And this is definitely CE. So technically speaking, okay, where's my highlighter? So guys, technically speaking, if I have to sum this up, if I have to sum it up, okay, so the entire thing started, let's say for example 5000 B C E, then go on and on and on and on and on. Okay, then now we are standing at Z2022 C E, and here was the middle break as well, named as number 1 year. Okay, so all the dates at this side are considered NBCE, before the common era, and also they were like moving in the minus. They were like subtracting, and then here this era is known as the common era, which is gonna go in plus. Back in our childhood, let's say if I have to give you a flashback of my time. So back in our childhood, we were told that's the time before this is called before the birth of Christ, and after is called after the death of Christ. So or after the Christ, or things like that. But for now, we will try to stay specific into this, and we will just go with the dates. So I hope this is clear to you. Yes, Shakur Memon, you want to ask something?
Yes sir. Sir, I was
Yeah.
saying कि मतलब जो 5000 BC के बाद मतलब उसमें एक ब्रेक था 1000 years उसके बाद मतलब जो हमारे 2000 स्टार्ट हुए उसके बाद ये मतलब स्टार्ट हुए 1 year के बाद.
ओके, अच्छा अच्छा शकुर, मैंने जहाँ पे वहाँ पे 5000 के बाद जो 1000 रखा ना, ये मैंने जस्ट एज एग्जांपल के तौर पे रखा। मैंने ये जस्ट यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल के तौर पे रखा कि समझाने के लिए कि 5000 टिल 1, जो मिडिल हमारा जो बीच वाला टाइम है, यहाँ तक सिर्फ माइनस में चीज़ें जा रही हैं। ओके, माइनस में लाइक द ईयर्स वर काउंटेड एज इन माइनस। अब बर हकीकत एट दैट टाइम फॉर दोज पीपल, वो कोई ऐसे माइनस में ईयर्स नहीं काउंट करते होंगे, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली हु क्रिएटेड दिस, the historians, the archaeologists, okay, to understand the time better. Because in the I'm not going to go into deep, but in the Christian theology and in the biblic theology, the Jesus Christ, the holy prophet Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, his birth is considered as, let's say, the starting time. Okay, but do know this one thing, know this one thing as well, that इसी टाइम के दौरान लेट्स से in this whole time, at the time of when the Jesus Christ was born, Hazrat Isa was born, और जो हमारे फिर एंशियंट मेसोपोटामिया का टाइम, द टाइम ऑफ मेसोपोटामिया, then we had the time of Indus Valley civilization, then we had time of the pharaohs, the Egypt. So इन सारे हमारे टाइम्स में, इन सारे के सारे हमारे टाइम्स में ऑल द प्रॉफिट्स वर आल्सो कमिंग। अगर हम इसको इस्लामिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें, तो इस सारे टाइम में हमारे प्रॉफिट्स भी आते रहे हैं into these different civilizations. Because if we consider, because अगर हम इसको ईयर 1 को, जो मिडल वाला ईयर है, उसको हम कंसीडर कर रहे हैं कि द बर्थ ऑफ हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम, द बर्थ ऑफ प्रॉफिट हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम, एंड हज़रत मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, ही केम आफ्टर हज़रत ईसा, द लास्ट एंड ओनली प्रॉफिट, राइट, द लास्ट प्रॉफिट। यस, सो इस सारे टाइम में हमारे जो दूसरे प्रॉफिट्स हैं, हज़रत मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम, हज़रत सुलेमान अलैहिस्सलाम, जो भी हमारे हैं, वो सारे इस टाइम के पहले आए हैं, राइट। I remember I did told this thing in the class 6T as well, regarding to the Islamic point of view, that Islamic point of view से हम देखें तो ये ज़्यादा और ज़्यादा, ये जो हमारी टाइम लाइन है, इट्स गेटिंग मोर इंटरेस्टिंग।
Yes sir.
यस एग्जैक्टली, इस्लामिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ये टाइम लाइन फिर आपको और ज़्यादा अच्छी समझ में आएगी, यू विल गेट मोर इंटरेस्ट, बिकॉज यस, फ्रॉम अवर चाइल्डहुड, फ्रॉम अवर जूनियर क्लासेस, हम इस्लामियात पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, एंड वी हैव बिन, लेट्स से रीडिंग अबाउट ऑल द होली प्रॉफिट्स दैट वी वर हैविंग। ओके, and exactly like that, talking about the Hindu script, talking about actually the Hindu scriptures, actually, like we were talking about the Vedas, and we were talking about the Bhagavad Gita as well. Thanks to our Hindu students who were actually participating back in the class and telling that since when their Vedas books and all these things were coming over. So अच्छा अब यहाँ पे अब now we're going to start from the chapter number 1, okay? But before I'm going to start with chapter number 1, alhamdulillah, we're having 21 participants in the class. So now I'm going to do this one thing, that instead of taking random questions from all of you, let's try to go with a flow all together, okay? And speaking of that, then if you guys are going to be having any questions, I will cater that, okay? And we'll try to discuss the things out. So at the moment, we're just going to be focusing on the images from our book, soulfully our book. So civilizations of ancient world, Mesopotamia. All right, the very first. Acha. Again, for the exams point of view, I'm going to tell you something that you know this extra information. Guys, you can see my book. Can you see my book and screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So now let me tell you something for exam point of view, and not only for exam point of view, but also let me be honest with you, for your general knowledge point of view as well, because not everything is for exams. All of these things, actually, the thing that I always tell you in the class, that चीज़ों की एप्लीकेशन समझ के पढ़ा करो, उनको ऐसे पढ़ा करो कि यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग समथिंग इन योर सेल्फ, या आप अपनी स्किल बना रहे हो, दिस इज कि ये स्किल आपको आज ना कल काम आएंगी। या एट टाइम्स हिस्ट्री कैन गेट अ लिटिल बिट बोरिंग, आई अंडरस्टैंड, लेकिन अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा इस्लाम के साथ कनेक्ट करेंगे या डिफरेंट रिलीजन्स के साथ कनेक्ट करेंगे, विद क्रिश्चियनिटी, विद हिंदुइज्म, एंड इफ़ वी ट्राई टू रिफ्लेक्ट बैक ऑन दोज थिंग्स, दैट हाउ डू वी सी दोज थिंग्स हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड टुडे, एंड वाई, एंड इन लोगों की वजह से आज की दुनिया में क्या शेप, what were the innovations, how the world has been evolving around to today, फिर आपको ये चीज़ पढ़ने में मज़ा आएगा. This thing applies in each and every subject, actually, not only in history and maths and English. So just try to understand the things with their applications, okay? Because हमने cramming नहीं करनी, हमने रट्टा नहीं लगाना, हमने चीज़ें समझ के पढ़नी है. अच्छा, so just a tip for you guys, that this information which is giving at the left or right corner of the pages in the yellow, so this actually helps you to, let's say, understand the things a little bit more nicely. So civilizations of ancient world, Mesopotamia. Now over here, I'm just going to read paragraph after paragraph to understand the things, okay? Okay, so now the modern world influenced by the great civilization which existed 1,000 years ago and said to be foundations of human culture. Civilizations begins when we humans started to build cities, agriculture, feed population, domestic animals, created a writing system, and learned about the poetry and metals to make utensils, tools, weapons. These civilizations began mostly around river valleys, okay, were agriculture based. Their buildings, poetry, ideas, cultural influences are part of people's lives today. अब ये जो तीन लाइनें यहाँ पे लिखी गई हैं, these three lines which are written over here. So I hope you all will admit on this thing, that when we were studying our last chapter in the class about the Chinese civilization, तो मैंने आपको वहाँ भी कहा था कि वहाँ भी इन सारे चैप्टर्स में एक चीज़ कॉमन थी सारे के सारी civilizations में, कि they all wanted to live and to, let's say, make their cities or make their homes near rivers. Can anyone tell me why is that so? By raising your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. I don't want this to become a physical kind of
Due to
classroom.
the need of light, sir.
Raise your hand, guys, please. Wali Unur, yeah, Wali Unur has to share. Yes, Wali. Yeah, Wali. Wali, go on. Wali, you're mute. Wali, you are on mute. You need to unmute to speak. Oh boy, looks like he's having problem. Okay, Pawan.
Sir. Sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, they grow near the rivers because from the river they are getting the the, the water to eat, to bath and to drink, and their water they can grow the more good agriculture.
Exactly, exactly. Like that. Umer Khatak. Yes, Umer Khatak. Ji Umer Khatak. Umer Khatak. Yes, Umer Khatak. You want to share something? You're raising your hand. Okay, I don't know whether you can hear me.
Sir, in this, uh, we will tell that in the subcontinent of India, the Indus Valley civilization matched other civilizations as that, such as that of Egypt of the River Nile, Rome along the River Tiber, Persia in the
Okay, Omer,
Iranian
Omer,
Plateau,
Omer,
and China all
yeah, yeah,
along
Omer,
the Orient.
Omer, I don't understand your question. Are you asking me a question?
No, I'm asking answer.
Ah, okay, 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 Omer, okay. Acha, sweetie, you gotta share something?
The river was important for them because by that they can drink water, and if there will be no river, so they cannot drink water.
Okay, looks like someone is having a little bit trouble and problem over here. Okay, Lojen, yeah, Lojen has to share something. Yes, Lojen.
Sir, they built their homes near the river so that they could get better agriculture and they could take bath and drink.
Acha, okay, okay. So can anyone tell me this thing that obviously they had to build these things near the river because water is essential source of life, not only for drinking but for bathing, for animals, and for all the other reasons as well. But I mean, like, can you tell me this thing that is that the case in today's world as well? Do really people care about building their homes, villages near to villages in today's era as well? क्या उनको अब फिक्र होती है कि अब उनको घर अपने रिवर्स के सामने बनाने हैं या फ्लोइंग रिवर्स के सामने बनाने हैं इस दौर में लेट्स टॉक अबाउट 2022 व्हाट अबाउट नाउ डू दे रियली केयर अबाउट दिस थिंग क्या अब ये फैक्टर अब ये कंडीशन है अपने घर बनाने के लिए व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक अबाउट इट आजान अली मंगरियो या यस आजान अली मंगरियो
No, sir. Now we don't need to make the our houses built near the river because now we have many facilities from which we can get the crops to our home, which can be delivered through different types of transport.
excellent exactly now we don't care about it because we have facilities and what type of facilities we have and if anyone can emphasize on what Mr. Mangrio said yes Ehsan Ahmed yes dear.
Sir, there is a great technology. So there are different plants to supply the water.
Yeah,
So we,
exactly. Yes, absolutely. We have pumping stations. We have water pumping stations who can provide the waters from the let's say far ahead cities or townships from the rivers to far away townships and cities. So yes, we are now using this technology as well. Okay, so now talking about the second paragraph. Okay, over here in this paragraph, again, I can tell you, let's say the crux of this paragraph. Over here, Abbas Heather, please do not try not to annote on the screen. Okay, Acha. In the subcontinent of India, the Indus Valley civilization matched other civilizations such as Egypt on the river Nile, Rome along the river Tiber, Persia in the Iranian plateau, China along the Yellow River, and Huang He area. The ancient Greek civilization, which grew around the agency, is considered by historians as foundation of Western civilization by influencing its language, politics, educational system, philosophy, arts, architecture. अच्छा यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें बताई गई हैं एक चीज़ ये बताई गई है वो रेफरेंस दे रहा है कि बाकी भी जो सिविलाइजेशंस अब हम आगे पढ़ने वाले अपने बुक में वो भी कहीं ना कहीं रिवर्स के अराउंड है या दे आर समवेयर अराउंड सीज एज वेल राइट अच्छा then after that again they're telling about the North and South America. Sorry, let me correct myself. Only about southern part of America. The earliest civilization in South America is Norte Chico and the northern coastal of region Peru. Peru is also a country in the North American continent. Okay, a foot of the Andes Mountains. It existed from 9,000 to 1800 BCE. So see, it's a big time. अब ये चीज़ माइनस में आ रही है बिकॉज मुझे पता है ये बात कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ये चीज़ थोड़ी कंफ्यूजिंग होगी कि ये 9,000 से 1800 तक कैसे जा रहा है ये तो 9,000 से 18,000 जाता ऊपर जाता तो बात बनती ना लेकिन बिकॉज इट्स BCE so it's gonna come in minus because we have to go to year 2022 which is right now. Okay, ठीक है and was mainly an agriculture society. Mostly आप देखेंगे कि इनमें most of them are actually agriculture based societies. Okay, then it's saying here that okay, we both are part of the Mesoamerican civilization and inhabitant area of Mexico. The strip land joins the North and South America. Their artifacts reveal sculptures, carved stones, jade, and structures such as temples and pyramids. In the last paragraph, it says that all civilization depending on agriculture, use of irrigation, crop rotation yielded surplus food which could be stored. Thus, in early civilizations, people were not only farmers but also worked as artisans, priests, and priestesses, the female form, soldiers, and government officials. So, in their time, ये अभी की बात नहीं है. Let's say since couple of 100 years that we have a proper government system, we have a proper administrative system, we have proper professions. Since their time, these all things existed. The thing which did not existed is the modern methods of doing stuff, modern methods of doing things. Then we have Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. Now, we have been, let's say, reading this word Mesopotamia so many times in our books and here as well. So why not actually, see that which particular area they are talking about. So when you search Mesopotamia, it actually tells you here the region in Iraq. Okay, Iraq in today's country. Okay, so moving through this thing as well, we are going to be having different areas. So Mesopotamia, which means between two rivers, is the area between Euphrates and the Tigris River in today's Iraq. So now we have, let's say, did this topic in the class. Anyone is having any questions regarding to that, by the way, about understanding this particular topic? Now that we have, let's say, done the introduction part of the this chapter, so now let's talk about the particular topics. And now we are gonna be jumping topics quickly. Yes, I will be giving you, let's say, explanation, the introduction of all the chapters, but then topics, if you have any problem in these particular topics, then we are going to discuss about them. So yes, Shizat Hebo, please.
Sir, what is meaning of livelihood?
Livelihood, okay, is this somewhere here in this particular paragraph? Yeah, okay, their livelihood, it's really simple, the way they were living, for their living purposes. Okay, because if you read the point, two rivers produced fertile soil and a stable supply of water for irrigation, which enabled people living there to make farming their livelihood. Let's say, their supply of living, their main source of living at that moment. Yes, someone else. We are having Azan Ali Mangrio. Yes, Azan.
Sir, what is the meaning of the cradle of civilization?
The cradle of civilizations means now over here actually they are giving it a extra value that एक civilization की एक main जगह जहाँ से असल में civilizations start हुई, जहाँ main properly एक systematic पूरी एक society शुरू हुई. So just to make it a little bit special, they are giving it a name, the cradle of civilization. Yes, now we are having Pawan Kumar. Yes, Pawan Kumar, please.
Sir, I cannot understand the invention of writing, which I have read this so many times this paper, but I didn't understand.
The invention of writing, that's what you want to say.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about invention of writing. Yes, Umer Khatak. Ji Umer Khatak.
Then what is meant by efferents?
Okay, here they are actually saying about a place, the river of Euphrates and the river of Tigris. ये अभी आप यहाँ पे जो lines देख रहे हैं ना, if you can see in this picture, these blue lines, the blue lines are actually showing the rivers. Just like we have a name, Indus River, Ravi River, Jhelum River. So these are also Persian names of their rivers over there. Yes,
Light of two rivers.
yes. Okay, then we are having Mahin. Yes, Mahin.
Sir, what means by conquest?
Okay, and where do we have that word? Okay, till the conquest of this region by the Persians and the Greeks around the 6th to 3rd centuries BCE. Conquest, let's say, they wanted to conquer this region because time to time they were having different wars throughout the time as well. Yes, Mr. Shakur Memon.
Sir, I can't understand code of Hammurabi.
The code of Hammurabi. Okay, let us come there. Let us come there. Yes, sweetie.
Sir, what is fertile crescent?
The fertile crescent. Okay, crescent here they are using this word figuratively. Okay, but when I use the word fertile means in Urdu or in Sindhi, I'm gonna call it zarkhes. Zarkhes zameen. Let's say fertile crescent. Yes, yes, fertile crescent.
सर जहाँ क्रॉप्स उगाई जाती है वो कॉल क्रिसेंट
Sorry, can you come again? Okay. See,
जो
as I told you,
फर्टाइज
G,
कहलाते हैं वो fertile-
जी 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 एग्जैक्टली। अब देखे ना, यहाँ पे ये जो दिस सी राइट हियर, we all know this thing, that do you know the word, the meaning of crescent? Where have you heard this word crescent before, by the way? Have you seen moon? Like, have you seen the moon?
The moon first stage.
Yes, exactly. The first stage of the moon, the crescent, okay, the crescent over there. So here actually it's actually referring figuratively. There is a fertile crescent. This whole area. See, the moon is then like half sea, the first stage of the moon. The moon when the moon is being born. Uh, so this is how they're actually figuratively just saying this thing. Nothing to get confused of over here. Acha, then we have invention of writing as well. Okay, so the important feature of this civilization is that was, oops, sorry, never mind. Acha, guys, I will be quitting this room. I will be ending this meeting within 10 minutes, and after that I will send another link, because each meeting is going to be for 40 minutes. Okay, so after this I'll be sending another link again in your class group. So join them right after I send another one. Okay. So, acha, I'll send it right now after 10 minutes. An important feature of this civilization is that the one of the four places where writing was invented. Okay, ठीक है. Mesopotamian language was known as Sumerian, and the script was called cuneiform. The script was called cuneiform, and the writing, okay, it was also known as Sumerian. When the cuneiform script was deciphered, यहाँ पे स्टार भी बना हुआ है, and the meaning is also written in our book. It means to translate, to convert the language. उस language को like convert करना. Because see, उनकी नज़र में, like let's say if we are having anyone from Sumeria right now, so maybe they उनको भी ये समझ में ना आए, लेकिन ये लैंग्वेज उन लोगों को समझ में आती थी. अब ये आम लोगों को कैसे समझ में आए? They had to translate this language, which actually we did discuss in the classroom as well. People were able to learn about the civilization and its progress over the centuries, and civilizations was advanced for its time, literature, language, mathematics, and astronomy. यहाँ पे ये पॉइंट बोल रहे हैं कि दिस सिविलाइजेशन वाज एडवांस्ड फॉर इट्स टाइम इन लिटरेचर, लाइक बाकी सारी सिविलाइजेशन से. Students, kindly please mute your microphones, please mute your microphones, please mute your microphones. Who's ever okay, no problem, I'm muting all of you myself. Okay, I've muted you. So, acha, then it says that this civilization was advanced for its time in literature, language, mathematics, and astronomy and science. Okay, so here actually it means that ये civilization बाकी अपने टाइम में दूसरी जो civilizations थी उससे बहुत ही आगे थी, इन सारी चीज़ों में, लिटरेचर में, अपनी लैंग्वेज, मैथमेटिक्स, एस्ट्रोनॉमी, साइंस में. बिकॉज टाइम टू टाइम ये डिस्कवरीज करते जा रहे थे. दे वर इन्वेंटिंग थिंग्स एंड दे वर मेकिंग लाइफ better for themselves. All right, now we're going to be coming at the code of Hammurabi. Yes, Marunasa, you want to ask something? Hello. Yes, Marunasa, do you want to ask something? Okay, all right. Seems like she has nothing to ask. Acha, code of Hammurabi in simple language, guys. As I've already, when we were discussing about this in our class regarding to the book of law, just like I've given you example, the like just the way of we have the Constitution of Pakistan, Pakistan ka ain. In Urdu, if we say Pakistan ka ain, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Constitution of Pakistan. So exactly like the Code of Hammurabi was actually a book of, let's say, laws, bylaws for these people back in their time. Okay, for example, with the passage of time, city states developed the Mesopotamian region and had their own laws. Okay, the famous of these is the Code of Hammurabi, a Babylonian ruler who ruled around 1700. कहीं वो उसने कभी अपनी बादशाही की थी 1700 BCE में. ही मेड लॉज फॉर हिज किंगडम. अब उसने अपने भाई अपनी आवाम के लिए, अपने किंगडम के लिए, उसने अपने डायनेस्टी के लिए उसने लॉज बनाए थे. दे आर इंस्क्राइब्ड इन cuneiform script, a huge stone tablet. These laws were strict, But unfortunately, they did not apply fairly to everyone. The rich and the powerful got a lighter punishment, and the poor ones, then the poor ones. इसने जो लॉज बनाए थे, इसने बड़े वो बायस्ड किस्म के लॉज बनाए थे, BIASED और SD. बायस्ड मीन्स एक तरफा यक तरफा, मतलब एक तरफा के एक पार्टी को ज़्यादा उससे फ़ायदा हो रहा था. लेट्स से रिच वर वेरी हैप्पी, उनके लिए सज़ाएं भी बहुत कम थी, उनको सज़ाएं मिलती नहीं थी. बट वेर एज जो बेचारे गरीब थे, they always had to face the music, right? So this is the thing. Acha, we are about to, let's say, finish this chapter as well. Then I'll be taking your questions. So guys, just hold on a second, please. Acha, then okay. Let's not forget this thing, that please do not take these pictures for granted. In pictures, ko do not take them for granted. Read them. See what does it says. A clay tablet showing cuneiform writing, the land of two rivers. Okay, and if I go a page previous than that, here it shows a world map and the different civilizations. Okay, and at what time they existed. If you know, this is India, today's India, and this is Saudi Arabia, along with Yemen and Oman and UAE and all the Gulf Middle Eastern countries. And over here now we are having Pakistan, and around at the left side of Pakistan we are having Afghanistan, Sumeria, which is known as today's Iraq, and before that we are having Iran. And yeah, this is some extra information over here. Acha. So now moving forward, again this seems to be a kind of a page. Let's say, yeah. See, now someone is writing the code of Hammurabi, the stone pillar stele showing Hammurabi and his codes of laws inscribed below. Okay. So now see, here, over here, there it's continued over here. It says that Mesopotamia was ruled by different kings from its cities. ठीक है भाई, okay. Unlike the pharaohs of Egypt, whose generations ruled the centuries, among the famous Mesopotamian rulers are Sargon, Hammurabi, Ashurbanipal, and Nebuchadnezzar. अब यहाँ भी ये बोल रहा है कि भाई मेसोपोटामिया जो जहाँ उस पे वहाँ पे जो हुकूमत लोग करते थे, वो अपने अपने शहर के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट बादशाह हुकूमत करते थे. इजिप्ट की तरह नहीं, जहाँ पे उनके खानदान की सारी जनरेशंस रूल कर रही हैं. लेट्स से वेयर दे आर लाइक डायनेस्टीज, किंगडम्स, and like family systems, and like a monarchy, of course like a monarchy, but not like family to family generations are ruling over there. People used to change, so which is actually happening in the democracy as well. So the Mesopotamian civilization is also known as for its arts, architecture, their temple, beautiful and amazing realistic relief carving from the walls and doors. Now Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian ruler in the 6th century BCE, was famous for construction of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the seven wonders of ancient world. I'm like, guys, if you can Google these things sometime, so you will see their architecture so beautiful, well planned cities. If you remember that the videos I've been showing you in the class as well, so how beautifully their cities were made back in those days. I mean, like if I compare it right now with today's third world country cities, so their cities were actually far far better. Yes, I don't know what is your name. M09 plays. Yeah, please, you have a question, go for it.
Okay, that basically Mudassir. I just don't know why did I put that name. I just want to ask if the like the lord that lands or the prime minister of that country and their family members are really poor. So will they have like less punishments or they will still have?
Okay, first things first, I've changed your name to Nunari. Okay, Nunari. My friend, actually, I didn't actually quite got your question, but yes, it is the thing. It is actually a thing that if you are poor, if you are not valued in the society, if you remember from the Arya chapter, people, when we were studying about the different caste system, we had Brahmins, we have Kashtriyas, we have Shudras. Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. The others are going to be joining anytime. So all right. Let's continue. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Acha, there might be a little bit disconnection again because I don't know what happened to my internet connection. I have connected the internet via my cell phone, so it might be a little bit disconnection issue. So I'm just saying you sorry in advance. All right. Okay. So now the last topic, the invention of calendar. Okay, so speaking of that, the invention of calendar. अच्छा यार प्लीज़ मेरे बिना कहे ही ना एक बात समझ जाओ, प्लीज़ काइंडली म्यूट योर सेल्व्स, अपने आप को म्यूट सिर्फ कर लो. So I'll really appreciate that. Okay. Okay, I've just done that for you. अच्छा, फिर अब हमारा दूसरा टॉपिक है, द जो फाइनल टॉपिक है फर्स्ट चैप्टर का, वो है इन्वेंशन ऑफ कैलेंडर. ओके, now it says that Valunar, please can you stop drawing over here? If you really want to do drawing, buy a drawing pad, buy some markers, glitters, play with them, but please don't do it here. Please. Okay, anyways.
Sir,
Acha, then
sorry, sir. By glitch, I did this. Sorry.
okay, it's all right. It's okay. Acha, then invention of calendar. To keep a track of time, the Sumerians invented calendars. ठीक है भाई, which divided into 12 months based on the cycle of moon. सही है भाई, जो 12 months में डिवाइड करते थे अपनी चांद की साइकिल के उस पे बेस पे. Since a year consisting of 12 lunar months is shorter, ठीक है, by 11 days than a solar year, the Sumerians added a leap month every 3 years in order to catch up with the sun. This interest in measuring long periods of time led them to develop a knowledge of astronomy. Up now, because they were very much into this, so they also developed a knowledge of astronomy at the same time. Okay, acha. Then the last topic says, the last paragraph says us here that Sumerians believed in worshipping many gods who they believed were very powerful, but were like humans. Many of these gods controlled
Hello,
natural
sir.
forces. Okay, who is that? Hello.
Sir, you are talking right now?
Yeah, am I? Yeah, I am actually. Can't you hear me?
No, sir. Oh, I say you because I was not hearing your voice.
Now is it okay?
Yes, yes. Now it is.
And you're feeling sust and now you need chai as well, Pawan Kumar. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, anyways, so the second point says, guys, here that many of these gods controlled natural forces were also associated with astronomical bodies such as the sun, moon, stars. When they were displeased with humans, they sent natural disasters like flood, storms, earthquakes to punish them. अब देखो, अब ये इसमें इतनी रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, ये बड़ी एक सिंपल चीज़ लिखी हुई है कि ये जो लोग थे सुमेरियंस, ये एक से ज़्यादा खुदाओं पे बिलीव करते थे, और इनका ये बिलीव होता था कि ये खुदा बहुत पावरफुल हैं, और ये इनको कभी कभी इन खुदाओं को ये ह्यूमंस की शक्ल में भी देखते थे, ठीक है ना. और इनका ये बिलीव था कि ये जो मेरे हमारे सारे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट खुदा हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट गॉड्स हैं, ये सारे इनके हाथ में नेचुरल पावर्स हैं. और ये कोशिश करके, और कभी कभी ये भी करते थे कि जो एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल बॉडीज़ जो है ना, जो और एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल बॉडीज़ यहाँ पे ये कह रहे हैं, स्टार्स, सन, मून एंड अदर प्लैनेट्स, ये उनको एज एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल बॉडी का एक वर्ड उनके लिए ये यूज़ हो रहा है वर्ड यहाँ पे, ठीक है. अच्छा, तो इनका ये भी बिलीव था कि भाई अब जब ये जो हमारे सारे जो खुदा हैं, सन है, मून है, ये जब हमारे नाराज़ वाराज़ होते हैं तो भाई फिर ये हमारे पास ना अर्थक्वेक्स भेजते हैं, लेट्स से स्टॉर्म्स भेजते हैं, एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. अच्छा, लुक्स लाइक दिस इज अ लिटिल बिट लेट्स से इंटरेस्टिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन. लेट्स रीड इट आउट. डू यू नो Mesopotamian mathematics and science, based on 60 numeral systems, ठीक है, are believed to be the source of 60 minutes hour. अच्छा, the 24-hour day and the 360-degree circle. The Sumerians calendar was based on 7 days a week. This forms of mathematics was also instrumental in early map making. अब यहाँ पे ये कह रहा है कि ultimately, they are telling about some facts, and they are saying this thing that the mathematics was also a very important subject back in this time to actually work on the map, let's say map designing. So you see, now this is actually the beauty of studies of different subjects, कि जब तक हम अपने सब्जेक्ट्स को, मैथ, साइंस, ज्योग्राफी, वट एवर द सब्जेक्ट्स दैट वी आर स्टडिंग राइट नाउ, जब तक हम अपने इन सब्जेक्ट्स को अपनी रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल्स के साथ कनेक्ट नहीं करेंगे ना, हमें इंटरेस्ट डेवलप नहीं होगा. किन किन में हमें नेचुरली कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स की तरफ इंक्लिनेशन होती है, इंटरेस्ट हमारा डेवलप होता है. अब जैसे कि ऑन दैट डे इन द क्लास आई वाज गिविंग अ लेक्चर, आई डोंट नो व्हिच सेक्शन इट वाज वन ऑफ योर सेक्शंस. I was giving a lecture on this thing, and we discussed about the mathematics subject, right? Which is of course really irrelevant to my subjects, but I wouldn't call it irrelevant because actually, if you will understand this thing, that because of mathematics, whatever the things that you're studying right now, they will ultimately help you in mathematical modeling. And what is mathematical modeling? Because of that thing, I'm holding this mouse in my hand, because of mathematics. Because of this mathematics, I'm using my smartwatch. So Yes. Now these are some practical examples. Okay. All right. We are having some questions. Yes, Mr. Nunari.
Can I ask a past questions because I was unable to ask it?
Yeah, sure, please.
Sir, so if the kings of that empire was like really rich, right? But their family members were really poor.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when they
Extended
got a
family members.
punishment, will their punishment will hurt them even more or less?
I think it will be the equal. I think it will be a same punishment, just like they used to give to poor people. Because when it comes to talk about throne and power, and so at that time usually people get blind, and that time, let's say, if they were doing a lot of bad things by creating the code of Hammurabi, so I think they wouldn't have had any mercy. Now this is my opinion. This is personally my opinion. Yeah, I personally think. They wouldn't have done anything nicer with with their let's say far related family, extended family. Acha, now we are having a question from Umer Khatak. Yes, Mr. Khatak.
Sir, there are facts about the Mesopotamian. Mesopotamian mathematics and science based on the 60 numeral system. Well, the mathematics are important and believed to be source of 60-minute hour.
Yeah.
The Sumerian
Yes, sir.
calendar was based on 7-day week.
Yes, sir.
This
That's
strong
actually
mathematics.
yes. Yes, Mr. Khatak. Mr. Khatak, actually, very good, very good, and I'm really, happy that you noted the extra information over written over there. So, like I said, that extra information maybe not important for the exams, but definitely important for your general knowledge. Okay, now at least you will be having a lot of different things to talk with your friends and share with them as well. Acha, sweetie. Yes, sweetie.
Sir, can you hear my voice?
Yes, Mr. Russell, we can hear you.
Okay, sir.
Acha, yes, Miss
Sir,
Sweetie.
why the Sumerians? Sir, why the Sumerians believed on many gods?
Well, now everyone has their own beliefs. So, well, because actually they thought there's a logical answer to that. They thought that every disaster it happens due to because of we are having different gods. Different disasters means different gods. अगर हमारे पास अच्छी नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज आती हैं तो वो भी डिफरेंट गॉड्स की तरफ से आती हैं. अगर कभी लेट्स से वी आर हैविंग गुड क्रॉप्स वन ईयर, अगर हमारी किसी साल में अच्छी खेती बाड़ी हो जाती है, वी आर गेटिंग गुड प्रॉफिट्स, सो मे बी दैट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द गॉड सन. अगर वो सन को अपना खुदा मान रहे हैं, so they had these beliefs actually. Yes, Merun Nisa, yes, Merun Nisa, please ask the question. Yes, Miss Merun Nisa, yes.
Sir, what is sir? Why is famous Nebuchadnezzar?
Nebuchadnezzar, you're talking about him.
Yes.
Acha, Nebuchadnezzar was a famous because he was a Babylonian ruler, and he was famous because of creating the hanging gardens of Babylon. Now let me stop sharing my screen with you and let me just see if I have a picture for this or not. Actually, I did show you the picture of hanging gardens of Eden. Wait a second, hanging gardens of Babylon. Yes, I got it. So let me show you that how beautiful it was back in the time. Now, of course, these are rendered images. Now, when I use the word render, so it means actually they are computer edited images. They are graphical images. Okay, maybe not real, but can you see my screen now?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We can
Yes.
sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, now we
अच्छा अच्छा. Now check this out that back in this time, उस time में भी how beautiful was this, the hanging garden of Babylon. Now this was created by this Mr. Nebuchadnezzar. That's why Mr. Nebuchadnezzar was very famous in back in that time. See, such greenery, such lush big mansions they had back in these, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. So yes, acha, and
sir, it is. I have a question. Sir,
yeah. Acha, wait a second now. Lojen, yes, Lojen.
Sir, this topic which you are teaching us, it is from exam.
Now that is a very controversial question. Actually, this is a reinforcement class, okay? And I thought, why not to, let's say, meet with you guys on weekends, and what could be a best option to meet you like this online? And if you have any questions regarding to understanding all your topics and everything, so we are not actually focusing specifically on any topic, Login, but in fact, we are just, going through all the different topics. I mean, at least, whatever we can go through in this meantime. But it's not necessary for all of you to stay in the class. If you have to do something else, if you want to go, if you have to, let's say, go anywhere, have a time with your family, so yeah, sure, of course, it's not necessary that you should attend this class. But whoever, it's just like an extra class, an extra history reinforcement class. If you are enjoying being here, so yeah, most welcome. I'd love to have you here. So yes, Lojan.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am. Okay, so Arsal, yes, do you have any question? We're gonna move to next chapter.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, I want to ask why how the Asian world of Mesopotamia built their mansions before the mm, BCE. No, in BCE.
So you see, Arsal, there's a very simple ask answer to that question. So Arsal, you see that with time, when people don't have money, so they are just okay living in whatever the situations they are living in. But once some people are having money, it's natural with all of us, with me as well, that once we are having money, once we think that we are financially stable, so we want to also increase our living standards as well. So I mean, like those people who were having mansions and such beautiful lush places back in the time of let's say Indus Valley civilization and everything. So yeah, who doesn't wants to improve their lifestyle? Let's not forget that.
Sir, I was saying how they get the builders before BCE, before common
Very
era.
good. Very good question. Very good question. That how did they got builders, machineries, and everything, right? So now I cannot, let's say, confirm you exactly that which machinery they used back in the days, but yes, there was no concept of any machineries back in those days, but they had, let's say, what I have seen in some videos of from the past history, the History Channel. So they had made these they used these cattles, these farming animals like buffaloes and cows, in order to lift the weights by using pulleys, because the creation, the building of the great pyramids is also something that in today's world, today's archaeologists and historians, they cannot believe it. They are like always, they are like amazed that this is so amazing, like 5, 7, 8, 9,000 years ago, how people were actually able to build such huge structures like pyramids. So in the modern history, the people sometimes are having these funny jokes as well, that the pyramids were made by aliens. Humans can never make them without machinery, cranes, or anything like that. So, but yeah, they had their ways.
Yeah.
They had their ways. They had labors. They had animals. They had pulley system. They were making, actually, they were not making modern machinery, but at least they were making machinery, manual machinery. Let's say manual machinery. Okay. So now I hope everything's clear from the chapter one.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir, I have one question.
Sure, 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 Mr. Kumar.
Sir, from what they prove that they have gods.
With what is the proof that they have gods?
Yes, and they are giving the soil fertile.
Well, about the fertile land, I can surely tell one thing, that remember in the last in the last chapter, the civilization of Chinese, we studied this thing that the section T and section C students can confirm me this thing. They can agree with me on this thing, that remember that that Qin, Mr. Qin in the Qin's dynasty, that Qin guy made 7,000 soldiers made out of clay. If you remember, guys, I'm talking with the students from section
Yes,
T
sir.
and C. Yeah,
Yeah.
G G
Yes, sir.
G.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
exactly. So how do you know? So how do we know? Because that this Chinese civilization is also 5-7 thousand years ago. तो हमें कैसे पता चला? How did we got know that they were actually he actually had made the 7,000 soldiers? Actually, these things are far way down in the earth. They dig
Sir,
up. they through excavation with those excavators, cranes, they dig it up. They get to find out about the different artifacts. Mohenjo-daro was discovered like that. Harappa was discovered like that. uh, a lot of other sites were discovered like that throughout the world. So yes, they actually have their ways. And फिर उसमें लेकिन ये बात आती है, लेकिन सर ज़मीन के बारे में उनको कैसे पता चला कि ये बड़ा फर्टाइल लैंड था? वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. So let me tell you, in today's world there are very modern technologies. Unfortunately, and I cannot confirm you whether they are used in Pakistan or not, कि आजकल एग्रीकल्चर की दुनिया में ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी भी आ गई है. By using those devices you can tell to a farmer, to a hari, that ये ज़मीन कितनी ज़रखेज़ है, ये ज़मीन कितनी fertile है. And they can also tell you about that what has been the history of this sand, history of this soil since last 10, 20, 30, 100 years, and what to expect in the future depending on the changing of weather. तो इतनी advanced technologies आ गई हैं. By only taking a sample of the soil, ज़मीन का सैंपल लेके, उसकी मिट्टी का सैंपल लेके, there are tests done right away जो रिजल्ट देते हैं, और some results do take time. So yeah, actually I haven't studied archaeology, but I believe that in archaeology there should be a lot of let's say experimentation. Yes, so from where we can actually prove a lot of things. Yes, Shazin. Shazin, is that you? Shazin Roy Odd or Shazin from 6C?
Sir, Shazan Ali.
Ah, okay, okay. Yes, Mr.
60.
660. Shazin, acha, Shaz
Sir,
Riley. Yes.
what is Cyprus meaning?
Oh, that is actually a type of a plant. That is a type of actually a plant. ये सवाल आपने मुझसे इसी चैप्टर से किया है ना, इजिप्ट वाले से?
Sir, yes, sir.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, yes yes, I read about that actually. That is actually a type of a plant. जिस plant को they used to make
Sir,
paper out of that particular plant. Okay.
that was discovered from river.
Oh, near the river. It used to grow near the river.
Okay, sir.
Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
now I get it. So Muzammil and you both brothers are sitting together. Muzammil and Shazin.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये मैं समझ गया, तुम दोनों साथ बैठे हो. Okay. So now we're at this chapter, the ancient pharaohs, the ancient Egypt of pharaohs. Okay. Oh my God, how long this chapter is? This is a very long chapter. Okay. All right. So nearly 5,000 years ago.
Is already.
Sorry, Nunari, what did you say?
Six. It's so long that literally it's already even 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I know it's already 6 o'clock. I do. By the way, anyone, if you're having, let's say, other questions to ask from this chapter, so we can, wrap it up. If anyone has any questions from
Hello,
the ancient
sir.
Egypt. Yeah,
Yes,
Wali.
sir.
Yes, Mr. Wali. Yes, Wali.
Sir, I want to ask that the pyramids were made by their own hands of the people in Egypt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And actually, in fact, Wali, there is a huge data on YouTube to see that how the pyramids were made. अब जाहिर सी बात है, वो सारी graphical चीज़ें हैं, they all are fake videos. But actually, some of those videos are trusted videos. उसमें ये exactly, they really don't they really don't show pictures and videos from that time, but they are remade pictures and videos in order to just to make their viewers understand. So history channel की videos बड़ी ज़बरदस्त होती हैं, ठीक है. And actually you can see that how they were made. Abdullah Pathan, my friend, I'll buy you a notepad to color and to draw things. Please don't do it here. Okay. Abdullah Pathan, can you hear me by the way? I don't know whether Abdullah Pathan can hear me or not.
Sir, ये बीच में
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can hear me. But I just wanted to make sure, Abdullah Pathan, you are here and you can hear me. Good. That's good. Okay. Guys, please just stop making things over here. Acha, so I was telling things to Mr. Wali. Yes, Mr. Wali, so you can see a lot of those videos, and they are really interesting videos to see that how the pyramids were actually made. Okay, and yes, they were made by people. They were not made by aliens. So, okay. All right. So the importance of River Nile. Okay, the importance of River Nile. This is a really important topic. You should, go through this thing as well. Yeah. So, okay, so guys, now I'm thinking to wrap it up right here. we have done number one chapter, and inshallah, I'll try to, let's say, arrange another online class, and we are going to be having an extra class at school as well. So up now from chapter number one, I'm telling you, we have read it in very very detail. हमने उसको बड़ी बड़ी डिटेल के साथ डिस्कस कर लिया है, and I think अब तो you guys should be like, ready to sit in the exams for at least chapter one. What do you guys say?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
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 Very good. Shukr, shukr, alhamdulillah. That's
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. But still, in school, if you want to ask me anything, I'm always there. And hopefully, if you like this online class, so I can
Oh,
probably think.
listen, Donnie.
Sorry.
Yes,
I
sir.
think
We like this
you
class.
can try on.
Yes, sir. I.
Sir, it also, it's I like the online class.
Okay, perfect. That's great. That's great. So hopefully let's meet again. Hopefully let's meet again soon. All right. And that way, actually, here we can discuss things very detailed. You're sitting at home, you're relaxed, and yeah, we can know better that what are our confusions. So next chapter is gonna be definitely none other but chapter number two about the Egypt as well, and yeah. So we'll try to cover at least two chapters in next online class if you're gonna be getting any chance for so. All right,
And when it
guys.
will be.
Shazin,
Yes.
guys,
Sir, when will be the next online?
listen, wallah, my dear friends, wallahi, listen to me. Hopefully soon. Cannot give you your
Can we
cannot.
arrange it tomorrow?
Sorry.
Okay, sir.
Oh, Shayan
Can we
Abbas.
arrange it tomorrow?
Shayan Abbas is also here tomorrow. Okay, so you don't even want me to enjoy my Sunday as well. You want me to come and teach you on Sunday as well. Astaghfirullah. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Alright, so Merun Nisa, Pawan Kumar, Lojen, Abdullah Pathan, Mr. Shah, Ayan Abasi, Rohan Faraz, Anzal, Mahin, Zunaira, Amar, Umair, Khattak, Wali Unnad. I don't know who is this Any Ansari, but still, thank you. And Alisha, Parmar, Naveed, Akbar, Mr. Naveed, of course.
Sir, when will be the next class?
Shayan Ilaf, I'm telling Mr. Abbasi. Shurabil is also here, and Nunari as well, Mudassir Nunari. Guys, first of all, I was taking your name and all those others who were here and who left. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation and coming to this online class. I'm really glad to meet you all. And Mr. Shah Ayan Abbasi, hopefully soon. Cannot promise, cannot give you a right date right now, but maybe let's say in this upcoming week. It depends on my schedule whenever I'm having free. Okay,
Okay.
whenever I'm free. All right.
Sir, I think you should also give class tomorrow.
Allah Hafiz.
I'll see. I'll see. Bye guys. Bye guys. Thanks. Ta.
Allah
See you.
Hafiz.
Thank you for extra class.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye guys.
Allah Hafiz,
Welcome.
sir.
Hafiz, sir. Thank you, Hafiz, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Allah
Tata.
Hafiz, sir.
Tata, Shayan. Everyone. Bye.
Bye bye, sir. Take care.
Okay. Bye bye, sir.
Cheers.
आपको क्या